cheese. Here we go. 909-792-5222. It's 909-792-5222. For those of you that are calling outside the area, 909-888-5222. 909-888-5222. Okay, so if you're looking for us online, it's not that hard to find. You can Google us. Gotcha Racing Live, Gotcha Racing TV, GotchaRacing.com is our website, or GotchaRacingTV.com is our website. You can get there. We can be found on Facebook. We can be found on YouTube under Gotcha Racing TV. Okay. I mean, heck, we're just all over the place, man. We're just trying to build the brand, as they would say. You know, this year we have been really, really pushing it. All right, folks. So I am here in the studio, waiting on my good buddy to catch up with me, my partner in crime. As you know, today we're in California, and that broadcast was from a previous broadcast, just in case it's a backup and something has happened to either one of us. All right, but I'm in the studio, and it's raining outside in California. Yeah, dismal. Don't want to be caught out in the rain, you know. And there's a lot of things going on today and tomorrow, which I will share with you. Okay, so if you want to, as I said, call in to the studio and talk to me for any reason, the number is 720-835-3099. 720-835-3099. Okay. No, I'm sorry. That's the call in. If you want to just listen, all right. So here's the official call in. I'm looking at my script here and then trying to look at the board at the same time. You want to call in and talk to me on a personal level. 909-792-5222. It's 909-792-5222. That you want to talk to me and tell me what's going on in your neck of the woods, and comment on anything that we are saying. Keep it light, keep it nice, because I will shut you off if you got real radical. Okay, you want to give me an email for some reason. That address will be grtv.media@gmail.com. grtv.media@gmail.com. Okay, so what's going on today in our neck of the woods? Well, you know that today there's a function going on in Anaheim today, and it's called Field Fest. Started at 8 o'clock this morning, but let me tell you, when I looked outside this morning, 8 o'clock, it was a monsoon, and I'm about good 45 minutes away from that particular area, and who knows, hopefully it's still going on. There's a lot of celebrities supposed to be out there, and one of my correspondents said he would make the trip and pay the fee to get in, and haven't heard back from him yet. Okay, so this is a tribute to Paul Walker. Okay, and you know, it's in Anaheim, so if you guys don't mind the rain, you know, going out there and then show your support. All right, for our industry. All right, tomorrow, folks, is, of course, it's Sunday because it is Saturday, but tomorrow is Race Wars, and we are here. See that advertisement? So it's a race. It's a Race Wars. Okay. March 3rd, and that is in Fontana. Of course, I was at the AAA Auto Club Speedway, and that's my home track. So hopefully you guys will get out there, and hopefully it's not raining, and come have a good time with us, because I will be out there making my rounds. If you guys want me to make you a star for about 5 minutes, step up and talk to us. Let me get that interview on tape, on live tape, as we would call it, and then we'll put it on either next week or the week after. Okay, what else is going on in my neck of the woods? We have been very, very busy here at Gotcha Racing. Let's see. Last 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, my mind, if we've done so much stuff, I was at the Peterson. And let me bring that up on my screen here. The Peterson Museum in Los Angeles, California, you know, and that's a museum that is owned by one guy. This guy is very wealthy, and the cars are just like this guy, very wealthy. They have a large selection on all three levels of vintage American cars, some foreign cars. But I tell you, it's worth seeing. It's worth going to. So I'm going to put this one car up, which is a Porsche. Let's see, we got it. Yeah, there we go. And that, read my notes here. I don't want to get it wrong. Where are your notes? Okay, that car is, let me get this right here. It's a 1957 250. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not 1950. No, that's the Porsche. Yeah, it's this one here. I'm sorry, folks. Let me take that one down and put this one up. There it is. 1979 Porsche 935 K3. I believe that's what I want. Okay. But all those cars could be seen at the Peterson, and I'm urging you to get out and take a look at all those great cars of the past. You would be surprised what's there under that one roof. A beautiful building, by the way. The guy really put his heart and soul in it. And I was questioning some of the folks there and asking them if this was his vision. And when the contractor completed the building, was he happy? And it was a slam dunk, 100%. They really enjoyed it. He really enjoyed it. You know, it cost a goo gob of money to put that up, but I tell you, it is well worth it. So make the trip out there, pay a little $20 to go in and see these cars of the past. And each year they tell me that it's a different theme. Okay, so there's a new theme that's coming up for this year. I think it's well, I don't know what it is. It's pretty close. It's coming pretty close. And it's going to be of the future cars, right? Now, on my Facebook, you can find the interviews and my walkthrough interviews of the Peterson from the third floor to the second floor and in the bike section. So I got a real good thrill out of it. I really did. And I had to take my wife with me. No, you know, most of the time she's not with us, and I put her behind the camera, and she didn't do too bad. She didn't do too bad. So kind of happy about that. It's kind of funny actually, but because she's never gone out with us on location, and I had to snag her out of LA, and took her to the Peterson, and then had to do my interview live in front of her, and while she's manning the camera, and it worked out all right. So you can see those interviews on Gotcha Racing TV, which is on Facebook. So go ahead and take a look, and tell me what you think. Tell me how good she did. Okay. Today is it's like bike lineup today. We got a lot of things coming up. Oh, there's one more. It's a bike event, and it's March. My God, it's today. No, it's tomorrow, March 3rd. Okay, and it's at Hooters in Riverside. Not bad. Okay. I didn't miss it, but I'll be there. I'm gonna just come and take some interviews and go to my next event, which will be Race Wars. So I'll hit that in the morning, and then by the afternoon I'll be at Race Wars. So I got a busy day ahead of me tomorrow. So it's a bike event at Hooters. Now, Hooters is one of our sponsors. Okay, and on Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, Sunday, Cinco de Mayo, we're having our first car show. We've been with a lot of folks who have put car shows on, but this is our first. So Cinco de Mayo, we're calling it Riding in Style. And we got some top-notch performers coming out. We're having a little small concert there. And the owner of Hooters, he's letting me do whatever I want to do in that parking lot. Okay, so we have a lot of trophies that we're giving out for different classes. So if you got your old hoopty, bring it. You got your tuner car, bring it. You got your hot rod, bring it. You got your custom freaked out bike, bring it. You got your bicycle, the lowrider style, bring it. You got your Impala 64, 66, 63 that are lowride with bags or juice with batteries, bring it. We got something for everybody. And what we want to do is put a little eye candy on site. So we would like to do a bikini contest. And that's a paid bikini contest, So to the highest winner, you get X amount of dollars. The runner-up, you get X amount of dollars, and you get some showtime with us here at Gotcha Racing TV. So for you guys out there that have young ladies that are just top-notch and that want to show their stuff, Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, Hooters in Riverside. Cinco de Mayo, Riding in Style, May 5th, Hooters. And this is put on by Gotcha Racing, live Gotcha Racing TV out of the IE, all right? So come out and show us some love, guys. Come out and show us some love. You'll be glad you did. All right. So where were we last week? I was so busy. One of our correspondents, when I talked to, he said, well, we were out last week. And I'm going, was I at last week? Because I know it's so doggone busy. But we were at Sunday. Oh, yeah, we were at Anaheim. Okay, at the Tuner Revolution, Turner's Revolution at the Convention Center. So we did that, had some great interviews, saw some real cool stuff, and I was hoping that we could either put on a video or so, but that again, you're gonna have to go to our Facebook and check out those interviews that we've done, the walkthrough interviews that we did at the Turner's Revolution, and it turned out well. Big crowd for Sunday. The sun was out. It was a great day. No rain in the sky at all, and we had a good time. The ladies were banging hot, okay, and the cars were exceptional. And we just had a great time. People were coming up to us, saying, hey, Gotcha Racing, we're glad you're here. Hey, Gotcha. So we're out there. We're doing what we should be doing, trying to motivate the crowd and getting some good footage, some great interviews at the same time. So we are glad to be in the industry that we are in. We've been doing this since '04. And it seems like every year I get older, but it gets greater. So I'm looking for some correspondents, some younger guys to get out there and do their thing, and to take over the reins. Meaning that we need some younger guys to go to different tracks and do what they do. Okay. And you'll get guidance from us. We'll set you up in shirts. We'll set you up with credentials so you don't have to pay to get in. We know most of the promoters out there. We know all the track owners that are out there. So if you're in Arizona, step up, give me a holler. If you're in Southern California, Central California, Southern California, step up and give me a holler. If you're on the East Coast somewhere and you hear this broadcast, step up and give me a holler. You can holler at me at holla, grtv.media@gmail.com. grtv.media@gmail.com. So we want to the different local shows, the large shows that are coming up. Next year, we'll be doing something a little bit different. Normally, Gotcha Racing, we kind of stay in Southern California. We were, back in the day, maybe about 5-6 years ago, we were all over the United States. Well, the Detroit Auto Show will be coming up, and that's going to be, of course, in Detroit. But they're changing the time for the last 25 years. It's always been in the wintertime, and I'm not going. I refuse to go in the wintertime. I'm not going to do it. And that's where they show a lot of the cool cars, a lot of things you just don't see. And so what I want to do, they told me when I was at the LA Auto Show this time around December that the primary said, guess what, Joel? We're going to be summertime now, a whole week of an event going on. So guess what, guys? I'm taking a small crew with me. We're going to enjoy ourselves for the whole week, and we're going to bring a lot of footage and a lot of information back to our favorite listeners. That's the Gotcha Racing fans, Gotcha Racing TV, and live fans, not of the IE, but of the world. So we not only service California, we service the doggone planet, this blue dot of ours. Okay. All right. As I was saying, this is Bike Week, and we have our great correspondent, Chris, the Road Warrior, hanging on the line. So let's give him some love, man. What's going on, Chris?
Hey, Joe. How you doing, man?
You know what, man? I'm trying to make $1 out of 15 cents and hold on to some of it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know how you work. Hey.
So you're calling me a cheap so-and-so, huh? But I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
I did not say that, did I? You don't pull out political stuff on me, brother. Hey, man.
What you got, buddy?
Well, I'm just trying to stay dry here. We're having a nice Southern California rainstorm. A mild one, of course, but we need it. We need it. And speaking of water, that brings me to what I was going to discuss today.
Okay.
And, you remember how I've been bringing up, talking about ethanol in fuel, and the E10 that we're using now versus the E15 that they're starting to put out there?
Yeah.
And, I keep saying, I read about it, and, you know me, I research the snot out of everything before I make a leap. And, I've been saying it damages your engines, the small engines, the motorcycles in particular, that's my crowd, small engine guys. And, but it also does some damage to some certain cars. Yet I just realized that I haven't really explained what that damage is, So, hey, Road Warrior, what's going on here, man? Why is this bad for my engine? Well, ethanol is a grain alcohol. And alcohol by nature is a water absorbent chemical.
Hold on. You did say grain. Grain? You did say grain, didn't you?
Grain. Yeah,
grain. Like in corn.
Like in corn.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, if you really think about it, this is great for our breadbasket part of the country, our farmers and such. But there are things that you need to know about the ethanol, besides the fact that, not why does it damage my small engine, but how. And, even though the EPA says, it's virtually safe, keyword virtually safe, for any vehicle that's a 2001 or newer. Well, and it's against the law to put this in older vehicles. If you're not rated for E15 or E85 or higher ethanol content, anything more than an ethanol 10%, which is E10, is unlawful to put into your vehicle unless it has that specific rating. And yet they won't help us try to keep it out of our tanks. So you got to be careful with that, first off. And you've heard me talk about that for a long time. But let's get back to the situation. What ethanol can do, or higher blends of ethanol will do, since it absorbs water, is it holds water and condensation that's created inside of your fuel tank. And, that's part of it. It literally brings more water into your fuel system. By doing that, it can cause more corrosion in metal tanks, that if it sits for any length of time. And, some of us, we have, dirt bikes and stuff that we only ride seasonal. or even some of our road bikes. So they may sit all season, before we fire them up. So we've got this water that's being collected into the tank if we're using this higher blend fuels. And so that's one thing that will hinder performance. But okay, I've had water in my tank before. It was it damn well corrosion for one, but it also will eat rubber. Okay. So in the older vehicles, older bikes, if you have a rubber fuel line, rubber gaskets that come in contact with this fuel, eventually it will deteriorate it. So now you've got corrosive metal being eaten away. You've got rubber being eaten away. And this gets into your fuel system. And right away you can go, this is not good. And yeah, I got a filter, but if the fuel gets past the filter, of course, gets into the carburation, it can also start chewing away and clogging all of my small ports of my small engines. All of the carburation, and even some of the fuel injection systems. Now, the fuel injection systems are a little more forgiving in some of those cases, but they're not immune. And that's a costly repair, right? You've torn apart fuel injectors. Not easy.
Pain. Not a real pain.
Not something you're going to be, if you're going to charge somebody for it, you're probably going to charge them more than tearing apart a standard, normally aspirated carburation system. So then you go, well, hey, that's what warranties are for, right? I got a warranty on my system. What am I worried about?
So how does that work, man? If they want you to use a certain grade of gas, which is corn related, and the octane is so low that it will destroy your engine in time, that's a good problem that you're going to have with your warranty. I'm thinking they're not going to give you a go pass on that.
And you're thinking correctly. Now, here's the funny part about it. It's in some places it's being called 88, unleaded 88 octane. And it might even be cheaper than the 87 octane. And so you'll go, hey, I'm getting a percentage point more of octane for less money. No. Don't do it. Pay attention. A lot of places are, that are using these, are labeling them pretty clearly, E15, E20, E85. Well, the problem is that may be what's called a blender pump, too. They're combined.
Okay. Now, hold on a minute. Now, at the pumps, normally in California, they have three nozzles. Two nozzles. One for diesel and the other for 97, not 97, 87, 92, and higher octane. Or is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, 87, 89, 91, generally.
Right, okay. Like so let's say that gets on the market and they were able to squeeze that into some other pump or something. That residue is going to be stuck in. I might get a liter out of it, or in the line, to get pumped into my system. And if I'm riding in, say my truck, which is a Range Rover, and I have to put higher octane in it, now this crap is stuck in the line, and I'm pumping it first because the last person in front of me had pumped it in. Yeah. And now this stuff gets into my tank. What will happen to my motor?
Well, here's the thing, and here's where you're blessed on having a large vehicle or a large car versus a motorcycle. You're probably going to get enough of the gas that you want to mix in there where it'll actually neutralize a lot of that concern. It's possible. Not if as long as you're not pumping a whole tank full of this stuff. The biggest problem comes to us small engine guys, motorcycles. Your chainsaw, leaf blower, whatever, where you only need a gallon or two, or only can take a gallon or two or three. Now you got a higher concentration of this in there. That's going to be a problem. That's one of the things that we're still trying to hammer out across the nation with these pumps. We're trying to get it to be a third nozzle. Let's make it let's make these E15, 20, 85s. Let's make that a third nozzle, another separate nozzle, like they did the diesel. Because you can imagine what would happen if you'd had that situation when they brought the diesel in, and there's a whole movement that's trying to keep that from happening here on this side right now, like in Wisconsin, East Coast and such. It's being deployed out there, and it's a blender nozzle, and they're seeing potential issues with this. But here's the thing, and getting back to that warranty issue we were talking about, it's already been noted, and I'm going to throw out some names here. BMW, Chrysler, Nissan, Toyota, Volkswagen, Ford, Honda, Kia, Mercedes-Benz, and Volvo have already said that if they come across a fuel-related issue that's found to be caused by the use of E15 fuels in a model year vehicle that has not been approved for it, they will void the warranty, and the whole cost will be on you.
Okay, so who's going to be in the long run responsible? Because that smells like some lawsuits coming up, man. Really it does.
And that's the biggest question right now, and the things that are still being hashed out between Congress, the EPA, and us, the people, is, EPA says, well, we told you it's against the law to do it, yet we're trying to get them to support, and when I say we, I mean the people in the small engine community, trying to get them to support changes in legislation to say, you know what, we need a third pump nozzle. We need something separate to where we don't accidentally put this in, or we don't subject ourselves to what you just mentioned, a line full of fuel when we go to, put into our motorcycle that might only have a gallon and a half, 2 gallon tank on some of these smaller bikes. A lot of people are still out there commuting with smaller bikes and engines, smaller tanks. So you end up with a higher percentage or concentration of this fuel that could cause a problem. The thing is, you don't know. If I guess what do? You sit there and you wait to see what kind of gas the guy in front of you is putting in, and go, okay, I can use that pump because that dude used regular stuff. That puts it all back on us, and that's ridiculous. So,
somebody's going to get screwed, man. I feel it. Yeah. I feel it, man. Somebody's going to get screwed. And there's going to be some lawsuits that's going to develop, and they're going to be forced to put in that third nozzle. But here again,
but it's going to take
the
time,
gasoline communities, man, that's a big endeavor as far as cost, not unless the government says you have to do it. And if they have to do it, that means somebody's going to have to absorb that cost of them putting that third line in and that tank underground. And that's going to be us, the consumers. Now, gasoline
it's going to be a separate tank anyway. Here's the funny part. Okay, it has to be a separate tank anyway.
Right. But Chris, it's not going to be above ground. It has to go underground. Okay.
Right.
So that means that's a big cost on the gasoline community they make more money on a cup of coffee than a gallon of gas.
Well, that's the thing with the people, the stations that are actually having to put this in anyway. Because here's the thing. Right now, you sit there and you go, okay, I got 4 choices. I got diesel, 87, 89, and 91. Actually, there's only 3 tanks in the ground. Right now, you've got a diesel tank, completely separate. You've got your 87 octane, and you have a 91 octane. The one in the middle, the 80 to 89, is actually blended between the 2 other tanks. And that's how you end up with that third middle octane range. They're just mixing those 2. Nonetheless, when you start going with an E15, E20, E85, those stations have to add another tank underground. And in doing that, well, heck, why not make another pump nozzle? Don't build it to where it's blending in with the existing stuff. Make a new nozzle. That's all, and that's the thing. And of course, somebody absorbs that cost. And at the end of the day, you know who it's going to be. It's going to be you and me in higher gas prices. That's just the way the business works, unfortunately. But the problem is we're trying to nip in the bud issues with the engines before it occurs. And a lot of times, everything's reactionary. Oh, let's wait until we have 500,000 people who have engine damage before we go, oh, maybe we should do something about this. That's the mindset we're trying to change.
People in our community, meaning the bike community and the automotive community, you guys got to be up on this, man. You got to be really up on this. And we have to join together and be proactive with this because I see it. It's going to hurt a lot of people. And I'm glad that my motorcycle days are over. But what about our motorcycle community? There's millions of motorcycles out there and enthusiasts who ride for hobbies, who ride going back and forth to work to save money. And if this comes up and it's not 100% regulated, they're going to get screwed.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe. This affects even a broader base than the motorsports community. Think of the guy who's just trying to make a living for his family, who's a gardener, a landscaper, and he fills up with his gas-powered weed whackers and leaf blowers and lawn mowers and whatnot. His stuff is going to get damaged faster and quicker than the rest of us are going to see. And his livelihood is impacted immediately when he has to start paying bills to either replace his gear, get it fixed, and it's getting damaged all the time. So this touches just about everybody, but in one way or another. You don't even have to be a motorsports enthusiast to be impacted by this one.
Wow. It does go deeper than my thought process was. I'm glad you brought it to my attention, because I was only thinking about the motorcycle industry with small motors. But you're absolutely right on that. So that means when that goes in effect, and that would happen, or that does happen to, say, your gardener, guess what? Your gardening fees are going to go up. Going to have to.
Well, it's not only going to go up, but those guys that are just trying to start out and make a living might flounder. It might be enough to mess them up. Worst case scenario, of course, but we hope that never happens. But the potential is there, so why wait for it to happen without trying to do something about it and prevent it in the first place? There's a lot
of education that needs to go on before they can do this 100%, and so they can inform the communities in California or just in or in the United States of how to and what to. And
again, this has already been deployed for a long time, and unfortunately, the people that are putting this into effect, and I understand their mindset. Also, they're looking to try to help our farming communities and our our other economic interests to promote sales for them as well. But in doing that, we just need to make sure that everybody's got their eye on the big picture and not just a snapshot in time.
So the guy with the smaller motors, he or she might have to jump up and put a blend, super unleaded or a higher form of fuel into their system.
Well, that's fine and dandy, but you're still going to eat that little bit that it might be in the line, like you had mentioned earlier, and that's still going to absorb water. You're still going to end up with corrosion. Oh, I also forgot to mention that alcohol blend will break loose any gum or varnish, as they call it, within the tank of the older vehicles or anything that's sat for a while, and that will also clog your fuel system as well. So it just doesn't get any better. It just kind of a snowball or a varnish ball, as you might put it, of things that can go wrong here.
I think these guys in Washington, some of them are just too smart for school, man. They come up with all these corny ideas, and it screws us up, and it takes money out of our pocket. And I'm, for one, I don't like anyone taking money out of my pocket at all. But, dude, great information, man.
My initial comment. That goes back to my introductory statement. But anyway, that's another story. Okay, anyway, that's all I got for us today, man.
You know what? Thank you, man. That is tremendous, great news that you are giving our motorcycle arts and our motorcycle community. Thank you, Chris. Enjoy what's left of the rainy day. Try not to get caught out in the rain. And we will talk with you soon. Oh, wait.
Yes.
Now, I was telling the community that we were at in Anaheim last week. And I was able to get you, and you went with me. You were my cameraman for the day. Yeah. What did you think of that event?
And I believe this is a fairly new startup event, and they're on the right track. It was a good size. It wasn't too big, not too small. I was impressed with the number of people that were just still coming in when we were leaving. That they were still coming in and to enjoy this. Some beautiful machines out there, some great craftsmanship out there, some fantastic, beautiful women.
Yeah, you got stuck on eye candy, man. I know.
Yeah, and you know, it was a wonderful event. Wonderful event. So, you know,
and
bad.
I enjoyed it.
I got some. You should have some stills there too. I sent over a little bit. So.
Yeah. We'll probably put those on next week or something. I don't think Joe would. No, maybe he's fast enough to put them on. Let's see.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, no, it was a fun time. That we were there, and you know, kind of looking forward to these guys hopefully growing and getting bigger and better.
Hold on a minute, Mr. Engineer, do you have any of those photos? Yeah. Well, can you let's entertain the people that are maybe have tuned in to KCAA radio.com. They can see this show live, just one or two, because I can't see it from here. Tell me what you got. And Chris, I don't see what he's doing. I'm trying to get online now.
Yeah. I think he was trying to download them.
Oh, so he hasn't. Okay. All right. A silver car. Yeah, let's see it. And I'm trying to get online, and Okay. Well, good enough. We'll have it ready for him next week, and we'll put on some of these photos that we've gotten from the Turner Revolution that was held in Anaheim last Sunday. Car show, a lot of eye candy, the women, and also the cars, and the crowd was okay. Everybody got along, and that's the way it should be in our racing community.
All absolutely. Right. Thank you, man. Smiles. It was all smiles, that's for sure.
Talk to you soon. Take care.
All right, take care. Thanks.
All right. Okay. All right, folks. Let's wow, time is really getting on. Let's go to a commercial break. So, Mr. Engineer, you're in the studio at KCAA in Redlands. Let's go to a commercial break, and let me talk to you offline. All right, folks. This is Joe Burr. We're going to a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Why are you listening to this radio station? Why, when you can host your own radio show? You're listening and you think you can do better? You have a message or a product you want everyone to know about. Host your own radio show. Team up with the area's best radio professionals and let them make you sound like you should be on NBC. KCAA NBC Radio, that is. KCAA produces more than 50 local programs each week on subjects ranging from business and sports to political talk, vegan diets, or even marijuana-related issues. We don't just broadcast on the radio, we broadcast to the world. Online, on TV, on social media, on Facebook. You'll be all over. Imagine what your friends will say. And KCAA reaches over 5 million people on 3 radio stations. Join the staff on 1050 AM, 102.3 FM, and 106.5 FM. NBC Radio. Jump on the KCAA Express. Call 909-793-1065. That's 909-793-1065 and get ready to transmit.
All right. All right, folks. Welcome back. Our smart little commercial break. I want to put a video on that I shot at the Ford's Only event, which is coming back up. Joe, let's put on the 57T Supercharged Thunderbird. See if you can find it. See if it'll come up. Folks, this is Ford's Only, and this was at Buena Park about last year, and it was pretty cool. I really enjoyed the event. A lot of great folks out there, and we are trying to be everywhere at the same time to bring all this great information to you. So, Joe, if you got that, load it up for me, please. See how far we can get with it. We are so doggone busy. We are busy. Oh, is that right? Okay. All right. So I've just been informed that it's not available. What about Ford Cobra Fords? What about that one, Joe? as he's trying to get that together. Folks, tomorrow we'll be at, okay, all right, good. Tomorrow we'll be at the Race Wars event in, locally. They're in Fontana at the AAA Auto Club Speedway, and that's our home track. And every year they put this on, and they're getting larger, man. They started out small, but man, they're at a lot of tracks this year, and we're kind of happy to be not one of the sponsors. We're not one of the sponsors, not yet, but we don't mind getting out and bringing all this great information back to you, just in case you missed it, just in case you just can't get out. We're going to do as much as we can as far as coverage on it. And that's what live interview is, with a ton of photos. And then we will put that on our website, which is gotyourracingtv.com. Bring all this stuff to you so you don't miss out. And I tell you, we are back to back with a lot of shows. And not only our show, which at Cinco de Mayo, Sunday, May 5th, we will be at Hooters. We will probably be doing a couple of coffee crunches or something like that at Hooters. We've got the okay to do that. So we'll probably do a couple of those before our main event, which is Cinco de Mayo. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. We know a lot of racers out there, and hopefully we can have, a discussion about the community, discussion about how to maximize your car to get the best performance. If you are racing, or if you just want mileage and you want to look good, hopefully we have all the, or most of the professionals out there with the Porsches, with the Lambos, with the Camaros, with the Mopars, and we can get them out there and be under one roof and just communicate, man. Just have a good time. And that's what we want. We want our community to just get along. Remember the guy that got beat up a long time ago? He says, "Can't we just get along?" Well, in the racing community, or in the automotive and the bike community, that's what we want. We are brothers under the sun, and we have a common interest. And that common interest just happens to be on 4 tires or 2 tires, or maybe even 3. And we all enjoy the ride, okay? We all enjoy getting maximum performance out of all our automobiles or motorcycles, okay? California is a great place when the rain is not out, when the skies are pretty much blue, and that's not that much clouds in the sky. What a beautiful ride that could be. If you're in your convertible, you can work on your tan. If you are going up the coast, 101, man, what an enjoyable ride. If you're going up to 5 to Sacramento, it's a lot of country, but it's a beautiful ride also. But I tell you, man, I love being here in California because I like to drive. That calms me down more than anything. Getting behind the wheel, putting music on very low, and just driving. Man, all the stuff that goes through my mind. And I know I'm not alone at this. I am not alone at this. So California is a great place to be. Back east, I've gone back there too, like through Pennsylvania, like Kentucky. Great foliage. The green, the grass, the trees are a lot different than California. They have more of a vibrant luster to them. And when Gotcha Racing was out doing video for the 16 different countries in Europe about 8-9 years ago, we would roll through that area, and man, beautiful area. But hey, California is my home, man, and I love being a native Californian, I should say. Okay, Mr. Engineer, I know I have look into my archives, and I know I have a now that we're talking about gasoline with Chris, if you can find Boustain, there are two young guys that I interviewed at the MPMC. And if you can't find that, then we will just keep on doing what we're doing, Mr. Engineer, which is my partner in crime. So, and until he gets that settled, folks, here at Gotcha Racing, what we did about 5 years ago, we developed an energy drink, okay? Oh, it's too long. It's too long. We only got 5 minutes left. Okay, thanks, Joe. So our energy drink is called Burnout. And we'll go back about 4 years ago, we were in about 5 stores, right? Now, our energy drink, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? But anyway, we are designing our new can and the graphics on it. When we got with a bottling company, this is what we didn't want. You know, when you pop the can of most energy drinks out there, there's a weird kind of smell. But you know, you get, it's an acquired smell. You get used to it and you forget about it. I didn't want that. And that smell is called, that chemical is called guarana. And what guarana does is makes your heart palpitate quickly, meaning it raises your metabolism up and it gives you that instant shot of energy right away within 5 minutes of your drinking. And it makes your heart race, you know. I didn't want that at all. And not only did I not want that, I didn't want sugar, glucose in that 84 ounce of energy that we are putting out. So I took the sugar out, replaced it, and then I took the guarana out, and now 60-year-old men could drink it without their heart raising or rising to a certain plateau. So when you drink our energy drink Burnout, and if you want a can or so, you know, let me know. grtv.media@gmail.com. And let's talk about it. Send you a can or so. Our energy drink takes about 20 minutes. I know it's kind of long for some of you, but the energy will be there and it won't make you crash at the end of 4 hours. So it's a 45 degree and it gets you there in 20 minutes. There's about a 4.5 hour ride energy, and then it gradually bring you back down to earth. Now the other ones that are out there, they go up vertically, they go horizontally with a level of energy that will last about the same time, about 4 hours, and then bring you a vertical crash right down to earth, which some people like it. Well, I just happen to be one of those who do not. And it took me a while to get a bottler to do what I wanted. Now that we have it, we will start to promote it, and it will become a sponsor of the show, and we will probably start sponsoring, thank you, cars to go along with it. Now, Gotcha Racing, since we are building up our industry here, we are looking to also sponsor race vehicles. But guess what? We would prefer you, when you're out there, first, second, or third that you're placing, and then we can justify either our gas given to you or cash given to you or something of that nature that you would need for your team. First, second, or third, and our logo will have to be placed on your window, and it has to be visible with that trophy in hand, and then we can go from there. And Burnout will be doing that also. Some of the shows that we will be at will be sponsoring actual burnouts, okay, with the cars, and we'll be giving up cash for that. So it's growing, man. We are growing, and I'm really happy to be at the helm of this, and I'm really happy that our correspondents are stepping up. I'm really happy that we're doing what we're doing. We're helping our racing community. We're helping the community in California, the automotive community, and we're doing what we're doing. Hey, so looks like my time is up. I run my mouth, and I'm happy to be your servant for the racing community, for the automotive community. We'll be at Race Wars tomorrow. We'll be at Hooters tomorrow for a bike event. This is Joe Britt. Got to clock out. Take care. Talk to you next week. Peace.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.
Your NBC Sports Radio Update.